Hey guys, okay, so today's video is going to be about my worst travel nightmare coming true, which is getting really sick while solo traveling with my 3-year-old Harper. All right, so if you've been following the Japan videos, you know that Harper and I took a solo trip to Tokyo for 2 weeks. We were there about 4 days before I got sick. I went to bed. I was still kind of working through jet lag, not feeling great. Just, took some antacids, thought, okay, I'll sleep it off and feel better tomorrow. Then in the middle of the night, woke up and realized, nope, that's not where this one is going. In the beginning of the illness, I thought that, okay, it's one of those things. I'm gonna be real sick for, 24 hours maybe. And then it'll work itself out and we can get back on with the trip. It ended up lasting almost 7 days. It was bad. So after 24 hours of this is just not slowing down at all, I did go to a clinic and saw a doctor, got some prescriptions. The clinic visit and the prescriptions cost me about $40 US. The taxis over there actually cost like almost as much to take a taxi to and from the clinic for like a 10-minute drive. But I, got home trying to figure out what the medicines are, trying to, Google Translate the Japanese, all that stuff. I read at one point, like, don't take this. If it's a bacterial infection, it's gonna actually make it worse. And I was like, well, I hope I don't have that. I got a little better for a little while, enough to take Harper out to the park. That's the clip that you're gonna see first. And I thought, okay, I'm out of the woods, it really sucks to have lost a couple days, but, like, look on the bright side. Little did I know, that evening, I got really sick again, and it just went downhill from there. Eventually, I decided to stop taking the medicine to see maybe this is bacterial and that will help, and eventually it did. Yeah, it was bad, guys. It was bad. The first time I traveled solo with Harper, we went to Portugal when she was 2. And I was terrified of this happening. Like, this was my worst nightmare. And it didn't happen that trip, and it was like, oh, phew, I survived. And the funny thing is, like, going to Japan, like, I wasn't nervous. I feel like I'd gotten to the point where I've done this enough. I know what I'm doing. I know what to expect. I wasn't really anxious leading into this trip. So yeah, here's the video of me getting sick, and then talking a little bit at the end after I'm well about about how sick I am of hearing about stomach bugs in Mexico after being terribly ill in Japan, a country that nobody ever thinks you're gonna get a stomach bug in, but it can happen there too. All right, roll tape. Hey guys, so it has been over 2 days since I have turned this camera on because, hey baby, I have been deathly ill. It's been a real trip the last couple days. Splitting my time between the bed, the bathroom, and the floor right outside the bathroom, because the bathroom's not big enough to like collapse next to the toilet. This was a rough one. I can now say with confidence that the only thing worse than a miserable stomach virus, whatever it was, is having a miserable stomach virus in a foreign country where you don't speak the language and you're solo parenting your 3-year-old. And yeah, the cherry blossoms are in peak bloom right now. Yesterday I was able to drag myself out of the house to go to the doctor, loaded up on some meds. Yeah, so today Harper and I walked down the street to this little playground because I was pretty sure we were both gonna go stir crazy if we spent another day completely in the apartment. And even the iPad is starting to kind of lose its interest for Harper. I'm still not well, but at least I don't feel like I'm going to die at this very moment. Yeah. Major pity party for losing now basically 3 full days of our time here in Japan. Hopefully I'll be back to normal tomorrow and we can go see these cherry blossoms, which are gorgeous and amazing. Okay, so to catch you up, I got some kind of stomach bug and it lasted for a week. At some point in there, I cracked and I ate a McDonald's burger. And I'm sure that didn't help things.
What?
I just, I gave in. I knew it was a bad idea when I did it, and I did it anyway, and I regretted it, and...
What was a bad idea?
To eat McDonald's when I wasn't well. But I'm pretty sure...
But why did you eat McDonald's with you?
Because I hadn't eaten in 2 days and I was starving. McDonald's was not the right choice.
Sushi?
Sushi probably would have been a better choice than McDonald's.
Well, I ate with you at McDonald's, did I?
You did, yep. We, that's how Harper survived this week of her mother, her sole parent here, being completely, basically incapacitated, is Uber Eats, McDonald's, Happy Meals. We have a lot of Happy Meal toys now. And not even all the Happy Meals came with toys. But I was just as sick before the McDonald's as after this McDonald's, so I don't know that it really did anything. Everybody is gonna ask in the comments if I know what it was. I don't know what it was. It is pretty much impossible to figure that kind of stuff out unless you're with a group of people and ate the same thing and everybody got sick. So, no, I have no idea. Of course, I was going through every single thing that I'd eaten and questioning, was it this, was it that? There's no way to know. There was a bread at the grocery store that I got that had some mayonnaise on it. That could have been it, because kind of looking back on it, I don't think it was probably as cold as it should have been.
Here's all the clothes.
Wow. Lunch the day before I got sick, we ate at a train station. There were several restaurants. We just stopped at the first one because Harper was like, I'm so hungry, I've got to eat now. So I didn't even look around, I just stopped there. We ate there. She refused to eat anything. And anyway, after we finished eating, I realized that there were several restaurants around. They were all busy except for this one. So that to me is always a warning sign. As for what it is, was it food poisoning? Was it not food poisoning? Again, I have no idea. I'm not a doctor, and my doctor didn't offer any suggestions about that. I know that Salmonella and E. coli can both take about a week to recover from, so it's kind of my best guess, and considering that the medicine made me worse, and that can happen with bacterial infections, you know, my
that's all I got from my extensive medical training. Hi. The thing that really just cracks me up is, I don't know if you guys know how many times a day I have to read some lame comment about diarrhea in Mexico on one of my videos. I'm so sick of it. And like the 5 dangers video, like I swear to you, like the people who leave those comments think they're like the first ones who have ever thought of it, and they're just being so funny. But yeah, it's just like, oh, congratulations, you're the 500th person to say that. It's just so funny to me how people get all over Mexico and be like, oh my gosh, you're gonna have a stomach virus just all the time there. And here I am in Tokyo, Japan, getting food poisoning. You know, it can happen anywhere in the world. So yeah, is this gonna stop the comments? No, whatever. Thanks for keeping the algorithm focused on my video.